morning. Welcome to another beautiful edition of Newspaper Review from Emirate Radio. Emirate Radio is located behind the Federal Ministry of Environment of Ojebar Road, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. And you know, on Newspaper Review here on Emirate Radio, we bring to you breaking news and every other important headlines across various newspapers. This morning, we'll be starting from the Punch newspaper. Najeebat resignation and attempt to whitewash another scandal article.
Joining on Punch newspaper, Tinubu to pick new INEC chair this week.
Moving on, Sano, NASU mobilized for Thursday's protest.
On Daily Post newspaper, Army begins investigation into brutal murder of officer by wife sues for calm.
Moving to the Leadership newspaper this morning, Foundation rewards Kwara students who scored A's in WAEC exams.
Why Tinubu cabinet, DSS must be held accountable, says Atiku.
Still on the Leadership newspaper this morning, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan resumes at Senate after 6 months suspension.
Moving to the Punch newspaper, Obasanjo advocates youth empowerment.
Moving to the Daily Post newspaper this morning, Jigawa First Lady rallies parents for measles rubella vaccination drive.
Joining on Daily Post newspaper, Jonathan Women aviation unsettled Tinubu camp.
And that's all for the headline. We'll quickly go on a short break. When we are back, we are going to take the news stories in details. Welcome back from that beautiful short break. Starting from the Punch newspaper this morning, Najeebat's resignation and attempt to whitewash another scandal, article says. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has described the resignation of the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Naji, as an attempt to whitewash yet another scandal. Naji resigned yesterday after an investigation by Premium Times alleged that he submitted forged academic and NYC certificates to the Senate during his ministerial screening in 2023. Both the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and the National Youth Service Corps reportedly disowned the documents. Reacting today in a post on X, article said the minister should be dismissed and prosecuted rather than being allowed to quietly exit through the back door. He said, resignation of Uche Naji, Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, has once again brought to light the deep moral crisis. What should ordinarily be a matter of national shame is now being disguised as a voluntary resignation, an attempt to whitewash yet another scandal that typifies the forgery-ridden character of this government. He also criticized the Department of State Services, alleging that the same agency that disqualified former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai for ministerial screening over security concerns had cleared Naji despite alleged discrepancies in his credentials. Yesterday when I saw this news, I was kind of happy when I saw that he had resigned. Yes, because if it's a normal Nigerian, it happened to. We actually know what the government would do.
I think he really admits when his mistake.
Yes, before any. The reason why he actually tendered his resignation was like, it was Premium Times that published the story about his faking, and the editor in Premium Times was like, they were counting down for him. Day 1, day 2 for him to resign. And when I saw the post, I was like, oh, this man later surrendered for Premium Times, because Premium Times was all over the place. They were
about his
they were monitoring his steps, that okay, what did this man wants to do, what would the president do about this,
because
and
he's close to the president.
Yes, exactly. But he himself tendered the resignation.
Joining on Punch newspaper, Tinubu to pick new INEC chair this week. President Bola Tinubu has formally accepted Professor Mahmood Yakubu's departure as chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission following the expiration of his second and final tenure. Following the development, the president is set to name Yakubu's successor after the council of the meeting in Abuja tomorrow. After presenting the list of nominees for the converted number 1 electoral umpire position, Yakubu handed over to May Tome Abamotia Mbu yesterday, a seasoned legal expert who has assumed the role of acting chairman pending the appointment of a substantive successor. In recognition of his service, the president conferred upon the ex-INEC boss the national honor of Commander of the Order of the Niger. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan, state governors and other members of the Council of State are expected to advise Tinubu on the next INEC chair. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, in a statement yesterday, disclosed that Tinubu thanked the outgoing INEC boss for his service to the nation. I think now there should be transparency, because for me, if Tinubu should appoint another new INEC chairman, the coming election should not be like to be favored Tinubu because it's the boss, is one that appoints the man. This politics of politician of a thing. They say they manipulated the result. They do so things. So I think there should be transparency on this voting. Instead, Tinubu should even just leave it to be
For this
you understand what I'm
electionary.
trying to say. They should just choose someone that is capable to do it, and there should be transparency.
Are you saying that this present INEC chairman is not capable?
No, I'm not saying it's not capable, but to be fair, this Nigeria, with we have this corruption of a thing in Nigeria. No, people, if that voting, no, even the man that is, I think the former INEC president is not appointed by Tinubu, but still, they still say that the man manipulate. There is manipulation during the election, the last election. They conducted.
From your ears, from your mouth to Tinubu's ears, it's going to actually do that. Moving to the Punch newspaper this morning, Sano Nasu mobilized for Thursday's protest. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Students and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions have declared a one-day protest for Thursday over the federal government's failures to meet their demands. Acting under the Joint Actions Committee, both unions have directed all branches to hold joint emergency meeting today to mobilize members for protest activities. This will include marches on campuses, placard displays, and press briefings. The decision followed a comprehensive review of government actions at JAC's meeting after several ultimatums had expired without resolution. Among the continuous issues are the alleged inequitable disbursement of the 50 billion naira hand allowances, delay in renegotiation the 2009 FGN NASU SANO agreement, non-payment of 2 months outstanding salaries, arrears of 25 and 30% salary increments, and non-remittance of third-party deduction for May and June 2022. Jack had earlier issued a 7-day ultimatum to the government on September 15 after extending it by another 14 days, which expired on Monday, October 6. A circular dated October 6 entitled Commencement of Protest Actions, signed by NASU General Secretary Prince Peter Adeyemi and SANO National President Comrade Muhammad Ibrahim. The union directed full participation by all members. He added that all members in both federal and state-owned universities are expected to strictly comply with this directive, stressing that unity and adherence were essential for success. He lamented the poor welfare of non-academic staffs in universities, describing them as the worst hit financially and economically like others. Like the Academic Staff Union of University, both SANU and NATSU have been at loggerheads with the federal government over staff welfare and funding issues.
On Daily Post newspaper, Army begins investigation into brutal murder of officer by wife, sues for calm. The Nigerian Army, 2nd Brigade, Akwa Ibom State, said it has begun investigation into the brutal killing of its officer, Lieutenant Samson Aruna, the regimental medical officer of 6th Battalion, by his wife, with its Samson Aruna, a nurse. This was revealed in a statement by the Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, Lawal Mohammedun Uyo, yesterday. He said the Army, while condemning the gruesome murder of the officer, commiserated with the family of the deceased and called for calm as investigation begins. According to the statement, the deceased succumbed to several burns inflicted in a domestic incident by the wife at their residence in Wellington Basi Barrack, Ibagwe, Akwa Ibom State, on September 22nd, 2025. It started the preliminary investigation revealed that the tragic incident occurred after a heated argument between the couple, reportedly stemming from a family crisis, which escalated when Mrs. Aruna allegedly set ablaze properties in their house and the officer was caught by the inferno. The statement further stated that Aruna sustained several burns but was initially stabilized at the Battalion Medical Facility and later transferred to the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital for further treatment, where he unfortunately passed away early hours of yesterday.
That's so sad.
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence, indeed. Because why on earth will you set the house ablaze and God? There are wicked people out there.
And the marriage is not even up to a year. Imagine.
Moving to the leadership newspaper this morning, Foundation rewards Quora students who scored A's in WAEC exams. Other Gameli and Susan Foundation had given an ex-student of Rehoboth College in Ilorin, Kwara State, Shalom Additional, an award of excellence for achieving the rare distinctions of all A's in the 2023 West African Examination Council WAEC results. Led by Mr. Gerard Obasi, the foundation visited the school to present the award to the high-achieving students. Obasi said the student was recognized when he achieved defeat, but the celebration was delayed due to a period of mourning observed by the foundation. He said the foundation had been closed for over a year following the 2023 death of Mrs. Susan Onosode, who had carried on the legacy of her late husband, the founder. At a ceremony held in the school premises yesterday, the foundation recognized both the students and the institution. Obasi presented the award to Adeshino, who was accompanied by his parents, as well as separate award to the school for its efforts in producing excellent students. The award recipient, Adeshino Shalom, became emotional as he thanked the school. He said the college, through Engineer Popola's benevolence, had trained him without collecting a dime due to his parents' poor economic status. He expressed his deepest gratitude, praying for the school's continued growth and longevity. For the proprietors. The foundation presented the school with a gift package that included a Play-Doh notebooks and a check for 100,000 naira. The school's principal, Mr. Abdulmalik Sheidu, commended the foundation for the recognition and used the opportunity to emphasize the school's commitment to academic integrity. He attributed the school's success to God, the teachers' efforts, and the owner's dedication. Congratulations to him.
On the Post newspaper, why Tinubu cabinet DSS must held accountable, says Atiku. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has said President Bola Tinubu, members of his cabinet, and the Department of State Service (DSS) must be held accountable for allowing an alleged certificate forger into the government. Atiku was reacting to the resignation of Uche Nnaji as a Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology. Newsmen gathered that Nnaji tendered his resignation letter yesterday following an allegation of certificate forgery. Reacting, Atiku in a statement today said what should be ordinarily be a matter of national shame is now being disguised as a voluntary resignation and an attempt to whitewash yet another scandal that typifies the forgery-ridden character of this government. According to the former vice president, Uche Nnaji should not be allowed the courtesy of resignation. He should have been summarily dismissed and prosecuted for deceit and falsification. He stressed that by permitting him to quietly exist through the back door, the Tinubu administration has once again demonstrated that it is an assembly of forgers, imposters, and morally bankrupt individuals masquerading as public servants. Politics.
Politics is a dirty game.
So now it's not about the man again. Now they are attacking Tinubu because it's one of his.
I don't see the reason why they attacked him because he already tendered his resignation already. So why attacking Tinubu?
Instead of the guy resigning, they should have prosecuted him.
I feel like even if he he had tendered his resignation, he should still be prosecuted because it happened while he was still in his position, so he should still be prosecuted. Resigning alone or resigning does not mean he cannot be called to law, because it's a crime for you to forge your certificates. So resigning does not stop him if the president wants to be fair enough. Yes, resigning does not stop him from being prosecuted. Still on the leadership newspaper this morning, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan resumes at Senate after 6 months suspension. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, representing Kogi Central, officially resumed her legislative duties, entering the Senate chamber at exactly 11:42. Her return marks the end of a 6-month suspension that had sparked national controversy and legal challenge. However, according to memo signed by Chief of Staff to the Senate President Chinedu Akubweze and cited by newsmen, Akpoti-Uduaghan walked into the chamber, made her way to a seat, and after sitting down, exchanged pleasantries with a few colleagues. She was accompanied to the National Assembly by a number of civil society activists, including Bring Back Our Girls co-convener Aisha Yusufu, who was spotted observing proceedings from the Senate gallery. However, several of the senator's supporters were reportedly denied entry into the gallery. Akpoti-Uduaghan returns follows a court ruling that declared a 6-month suspension excessive and unconstitutional. The Senate had earlier unsealed her office to pave the way for her return. Her resumption comes despite early resistance from the National Assembly, which had maintained that she remained suspended pending the outcome of ongoing litigation. The senator's suspension, first imposed on March 6, cut over access to her office, security details, and senatorial allowances.
Adding to the Punch newspaper, Obasanjo advocates youth empowerment. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has called for collective effort to ensure that young people are meaningfully engaged and taken off the streets. According to a statement yesterday by his special advisor on media, Kehinde Akiyemi, the former president said this at the unveiling of the Obanta Center in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. The center, established under the Olusegun Obasanjo Youth Development Center of the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, comprises a cinema, squad court, lawn tennis court, entrepreneur hub, and other facilities. Obasanjo noted that the Ijebu-Ode facility is the third of such projects promoted by him, following the 2 other previously established in Abeokuta. The ex-president urged Nigerian youth to take advantage of opportunities available within their communities to develop their innate and God-given talents for self-reliance, poverty reduction, and the overall socio-economic development of the country.
Finally, on the daily newspaper this morning, Jigawa First Lady rallies parents for measles rubella vaccination drive. First Lady of Jigawa State, Ajia Adiza Umar Namadi, has urged parents and caregivers to present their eligible children for the ongoing measles and rubella vaccination. She made a call in a keynote address during the flag-off of the integrated measles rubella vaccination campaign at the Gansa Town, Buju local government area. She emphasized the risks of vaccine preventable diseases, particularly rubella, and the importance of immunization in protecting child health. The First Lady symbolically administered the oral polio vaccine to a child, marking the official commencement of the campaign and demonstrating a commitment to child health and welfare. Earlier, the State Commissioner of Health, represented by Executive Secretary of Jigawa State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Shehu Sambo, said the integrated measles rubella vaccination campaign targets over 3 million children aged 0 to 14 years across the 27 local government areas of Jigawa State. It said the exercise commenced Monday, 6th October 2025 and will run for 10 days ending on Wednesday, 15th October 2025. He commended the state government under His Excellency Malam Umar Namadi and development partners for their dedication and continuous support towards improving public health.
Joining you on Daily Post newspaper, Jonathan Woman ambition unsettles Tinubu camp. The speculation surrounding the 2027 political ambition of former President Goodluck Jonathan under the People's Democratic Party (PDP) took a different twist on Monday. Newsmen gathered that Jonathan was on Monday dragged to a federal high court in Abuja over his bid to participate in the 2027 election. It could be recalled that the former Minister of Information and Shifting of People's Democratic Party (PDP), Professor Jerry Gana, had confirmed that Jonathan will run in 2027 as the PDP presidential candidate. Jana spoke on a few days ago in Minna after the election of the new officials by the Niger State chapter of PDP. Ghana said in 2015, former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan said his admission is not worth the blood of Nigerians. After him, another president ruled for 8 years, and now another has ruled for 2 years. Nigeria have seen the difference, and the difference is very clear. Nigeria are now asking us to bring back our friend, former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Ever since that comment was made, the presidency has not hidden the fact that it is uncomfortable with Jonathan joining the race. So the court is being asked to issue an order of perpetual injunction restraining former Goodluck from presenting himself to any political party in the country for the purpose of contesting the 2027 presidential election.
Everybody wants Jonathan. What should we now say about Tinubu? Is Tinubu not trying enough?
No, the man is just that the man wants to come up because I think they see Jonathan as another threat again. For them to go to court and we want to restrain from bid to contest for the coming election. So let's just see what these people are trying to do.
It's coming already. It's nearby. So we are waiting how we are going to see how everything is going to go, all the dramas. And that has the headlines for today on newspaper review. You can also check other stories on other newspaper, Punch newspaper, Leadership newspaper, Daily Post newspaper, as well as the Nation newspaper. And my name is Najeebat Oyerinde.
And I am Misturah Issa.
Thanks for joining us.
Your everyday companion, your feel-good radio, your